What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Virgo YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Virgo sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of August 23rd and September 22nd, then you are a Virgo sun sign, and this reading is for you. 2018 is upon us, and 2017 was a crazy year. I mean, come on, okay? I don't have to tell you, you were there right alongside of me, and man, 2017 was a crazy year, and I wanted to show my appreciation for all the support that you guys gave me in this last year, all the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscriptions, just being with me on this journey. So I wanted to show my appreciation for you. So I'm going to do that in the form of a year ahead reading, which is going to take a look at the year of 2018, a predictive look. And we're going to be using the Llewellyn Tarot, and we're going to look at each month individually and see what each month has in store for us. And then I'm going to look at the Keepers of the Light Oracle, and I asked it what spiritual theme would be surrounding Virgos this upcoming year, and the Nature's Whispers Oracle, and I asked it what message it had for Virgos this upcoming year. So this should be an interesting spread, to say the least. It is a general overall reading which applies to a large group of people, so if you want a more specific reading where I tap into your energy, I will be offering that to anyone who wants one for $40 through PayPal. I don't have an Etsy whatever, it's not on Etsy. Okay, so if you want a reading for yourself for the year ahead, just send me an email. The email link is down below, and just send me an email saying you want one. We can work something out. Your reading will be more in depth, and it will be on video that you can look at any time, so you can look back and check out how your year's going as the months go by. So without any further ado, let's get into this reading for Virgos, and we're going to start off with the month of January, of course, of 2018. And we've got the Two of Cups. Strengthening of relationships. I get the feeling that January is going to be a time for you to really improve those close personal relationships, the closest ones in your life. You know, the people who are the closest to us. I do feel as though there's going to be a strengthening of those relationships for Virgos. And there's going to be a coming together, a meeting of the hearts, so to speak. And this is a very positive card. You know, connection is the most important thing as a human being. One of the most important things is connecting to other people. And I do feel as though January is going to be a month to really focus on that. And, you know, if this doesn't mean focusing on your relationships and currently building them up, I also get the feeling that this could possibly mean that there might be a new relationship on the horizon. And, you know, this is a large reading for a large group of people. So, you know, I don't know. It might be different for each of you. But, yes, there is the possibility of a new relationship on the horizon in January. But if that's not the case, I do feel as though the relationships you have will be strengthened. And there'll be a focus placed on it of coming together with people you love. So January seems like a very positive time. It's a time for you to I don't know, focus on the heart and making connections with others. So January seems like a very positive month for Virgo. So that's a great start to the year. Let's check out what February has in store. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. Okay, I see a transition here. I think February is going to be, the focus of February is going to be more on the physical, tangible aspects of life, the pentacle aspects. And the pentacles represent money, they represent work, they represent food, clothes, shelter, that sort of thing. Cars, bikes, planes, automobiles, you know what I mean? Anything you can kind of touch. And the Four of Pentacles makes me kind of think that there's maybe an unhealthy importance placed on these things. Maybe almost like an obsessive type energy. Whereas, you know, I gotta hoard my money, I gotta save it. You know, I gotta keep it to myself, and more. So that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from this card. Maybe a little bit of an unhealthy focus placed on money. And, you know, this could manifest in several different ways in your life. Maybe the bills start to rack up in February, and you start to, this causes you to think more in terms of lack rather than abundance. That's possible. Or, you know, maybe work is very demanding, and they require you, or they ask you to place more focus on work in February, and as a result, you know, you start to think more about money and that sort of thing. So you know, I don't know how it's going to manifest in your life, but I do get the feeling that February is going to be a month for you to focus on money, on possessions, on the material aspects. And I hate to say this is positive or negative. It's whatever you make of it, but it's up to you. So let's check out March. And in March, we've got the Two of Swords. Okay, March is going to bring with it a decision that you have to make, a choice. And this is one of those choices that's not easy. It's not like saying what's for lunch. This is a bigger choice. This is a choice that's going to take time. You're going to have to really think about it and feel through it. But I think the problem is, and I do get the feeling that a lot of you are going to struggle to make this choice. And I think the problem will be that you're trying to make this choice logically. You're trying to use the logic mind, the ego mind, to figure out, the pros and cons of each decision, and then you're trying to weigh those options. And I think that's going to cause an issue for you. It's going to, slow you down in making the choice. I would encourage you guys to consult your intuition, to consult the heart space, the emotions, and I think that's going to help you make the choice better than your logic mind will in the month of February. So, yes, if you're going to be, stuck in the logic mind trying to make a decision in March, then it's going to be a slow process, and you're not going to really be sure which way to go, is the sense I'm getting from March. But like I said, the solution here is through the heart space. It's through the intuition. It's feeling through the choice rather than thinking through the choice. That's what's going to help you in March, at least. So March is going to be time for decision making. Let's see what April brings. Oh, April brings the Two of Wands. We got all the suits represented in the first 4 months. That's crazy. All right, April's going to be a time to set the sights on the horizon, looking towards the future and making plans, and even further than making plans, but starting to do the things that are necessary to start it on to something new, a new project, a new venture, a new idea. And April's gonna feel like you have the world at your fingertips, and you have the power to take this idea or this new energy in any direction that you want. And that's going to be part of April, is figuring out which direction that you want to take this thing. Now, I know I'm being vague, and I can't say specifically what new thing is going to occur. You'll see, I guess, when it comes up, or maybe you know already. I don't know. April's a long way off, but whatever it is, the energy surrounding it will be one of hope. It will be one of optimism, and it'll be one where, something's fresh. When something's fresh and new, it's got that tingly feeling to it. You're excited about it. It could go any direction. You're not really sure what way it's going to go yet. So that's kind of the feeling of April that I'm getting from Virgo. So April is going to be a very interesting month. And this could be a result of making your decision. You made your decision in March, and April, you're going to start to see the first effects of it, and you're going to start to put in the work towards it. So it's no coincidence that we've got 2 twos in a row. The first 2 is about the logic mind and thinking through a decision. The second 2 in April is more about the doing. And now it's time to do stuff in relation to that decision. So I see something ramping up here in April. Let's see what May has to bring. May brings the Major Arcana and the Hermit. It's our first Major Arcana. Okay, I feel as though May is going to be a time for you to withdraw into the self a little bit more. That's what the Hermit symbolizes. That's what he represents. He represents going internally, those meditative states, almost like, going into a cave and coming out in a year. And how much would you have learned about yourself if that were the case? You know what I mean? And so that's sort of what the Hermit is representing here in May. Is going to be a time for you to go inside, a time to learn about yourself. And, society would have us believe that spending a month of just soul searching is a waste of time. You're not being productive. You're not creating, money, right? But this is imperative. This is one of the crucial steps in the creation process, because in May you're going to be asking yourself, is this what I want? Am I on the right path? Am I doing everything I can to bring what I want to me? So it's going to be a time, almost like a timeout, but not really, because you're going to get more done in this timeout than you ever would by going to work for 40 hours a week. Way more. Because you're learning about yourself, you're learning about your motivations, you're learning about if you're taking the right actions. And so this is a time of self-discovery, but through the self-discovery, you're going to discover more about the outside world than you could have ever imagined. Okay, through self-discovery, can you learn the Earth's, the universe's secrets. And so I get the feeling that that's going to be May, Virgo friends. It's about discovery. It's about learning about yourself a little bit more, being a little bit more introspective, and figuring things out. Sort of, am I on the right path? All right. After May comes June. And we've got another major arcana back to back. And we've got the Chariot. Oh man, talk about hitting the ground running. The feeling I'm getting here is, after that month of introspection, after that month of self-analyzation, June is going to be a time for you to hit the ground running, to go full force. Now that you've analyzed, and now that you've learned what you needed to learn about what you're doing and where you're going, now you can really focus, really set the focus on moving forward in the right direction. And that's what June is going to be. I get the sense that whatever you do in June is going to be based on your higher path. So as a result, you're just going to move full force into it. You're going to be determined. You're going to have optimism. You're going to be courageous because you've consulted with the self, with the higher self, and now you know what you're supposed to be doing. And now it's not a guessing game anymore. Whereas in March you were guessing, I don't know. In June, it's like, yes, now I know which way to go. Now I know what to do. I'm going to start making big strides towards getting there now that I have that focus, that the hermit phase, that the hermit month brought me. It brought me clarity. And with that clarity, I can push forward with confidence. So that's how the summer is going to start off. Pretty good, Virgo friends. Let's move into the energy of July. And we've got the Three of Cups. And yes, this card is about celebration. Yes, it's about friendship. But I think it's about celebrating with friends. No, it's a combination of the two. And I think July is going to be a time for you to feel very good. We don't feel like celebrating unless we're kind of vibrating at a higher level. And I get the feeling that now having, put more energy into your purpose, your true purpose here with the Chariot, I think it's going to bring happiness. And July is going to be a time for you to really feel happy. You're going to make closer connections with friends, with family. You're going to spend more time enjoying yourself, more time expressing your happy emotions to others. And, that's going to draw others to you. So I do feel as though July is going to be a very prosperous, very happy time. Time spent with family, time spent with friends, time spent doing things that you want to be doing because you're just feeling better about yourself. You made that decision. It's going well. And now you're feeling happy about that decision. So July is going to be a very happy time. It looks like the summer is going to be great for you, Virgo friend. So we'll see what August has to bring. In August, we've got the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords traditionally is about arguing. It's about ego-mind battles. It's about, just kind of fighting with other people. And I get the feeling in August that there's going to be a little bit of that. The ego is going to say, hey, what about me? You've been running on emotions for the past little while. Don't forget about me. And the ego is going to, rear its little ugly head in August. And it's going to cause you to get into some incidents, some debates, possibly some discussions that, kind of don't end well. I mean, they rarely do. Whenever you're imposing your will on someone else, you're saying your reality is invalid, my reality is valid. You're going to lose people. Even if you're right, you're going to upset people in the process. And I get the feeling that there might be a little bit of that in August, where your ego mind is kind of interjecting. The ego mind has been repressed, it seems like, for a little while. And the ego mind says, hey, what about me? And when the ego mind gets angry at you, it's not a good situation. So I would say in August to be very wary of the way you communicate, the way you're expressing yourself, what you're saying to people and what you're saying to yourself. And make sure that everything that you're saying is coming from a loving place. Is coming from a place that is intended to help people rather than bring them down. And if you're very cognizant of that in August, I think you can, change things or stop things before they happen, so that you're vibrating more at a higher level. You're spreading more positivity and you're helping people rather than hurting them. And so August is going to be a chance for you to make that decision. Do you want to listen to your ego mind? It's up to you. Totally. All right, let's move into the energies of September. We've got a court card, our first one. And we've got the Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's going to be a month of getting in touch with your emotions, and this is not quite as drastic and pronounced as the Hermit was back in May. But this is more of a time of you just calming down. Yeah, August might have brought some altercations with people, some incidents where you're butting heads with others. But in September, I get the feeling that you're going to return to the heart space, return to the emotional space that's it's just so soft and loving. And I think you're going to feel a lot more calm, a lot more relaxed, a lot more, whatever happens, that sort of feeling. Still following your heart, is not just, sitting in a daisy field contemplating things. Of course, you're still going to be out there living life, but I think you're going to do it now from a perspective more of a loving and more of an emotionally mature place. Wanting to help others is something that might be an effect of this, a result of this, is wanting to help others or being very generous, of giving as much as you can. So September seems like a much calmer month and a much better month for you as far as the stresses that go on in your life. So a less stressful month, a very good month, especially coming after this August month of kind of more stress than usual. All right, let's move into the month of October, and we've got another court card, and we've got the Page of Swords. All right, I'm getting the feeling of a message coming in October. Some new information coming to you that's not necessarily good. And of course, this is a reading for 1/12 of the population, so I can't say what that bad news is going to be for you. Okay, I just don't know. But and I hate to call it bad news, but news you weren't expecting that kind of shakes things a little bit. And that's the kind of the feeling I'm getting from this card, is that news that's kind of unsettling. And bad news is, I don't know, that's a weird word, or a weird expression. It's not bad news. It's just news that you weren't ready for, news that shakes things up, and, new information that changes things a little bit. Is kind of the feeling I'm getting in August. It's a surprise. That's the best way to say it. It's surprise news. And like I said, I wish I could say what it would be for you. Maybe if we, did a personalized reading, we could see more in depth into that. But as it stands, just be ready for news. Don't be shocked, okay? News probably will be coming in October that changes things a little bit. So let's see where that leads us in November. Oh, November, we got the Ace of Pentacles. So I think this news is going to make you reevaluate things and maybe start something new. Maybe start a new venture. Maybe the venture that was begun around March and April. Maybe that's the news here has something to do with it. Possibly. And it maybe brings that new venture to an end, to a close. And now there's something new that comes up. This is a new opportunity for a business, a new opportunity to make money. Maybe this is money coming into your life, and November could be a time possibly where this news leads to more cash. Maybe this news could possibly be a raise or a promotion, an advancement in your job. It could be, a new job coming, a new opportunity to make money. And not just money. Remember I said Pentacles is all sorts of things. Maybe this is a new house, a new car. Something new and tangible is coming, my friends, in November. It's going to be positive. It's going to be good. I think you're going to see it positively. So something new and exciting happening in November, bringing with it some new Pentacle energy, which is... it's like a present. Who doesn't want to open presents, right? Okay, so I see November as a positive month again, where you get something that you wanted. And that's cool. So let's take a look at the month of December. We've got the Queen of Wands. That's their second queen. Oh, determinism. Yes, I'm getting the feeling that December is going to be a time for you to put in work, put in energy towards something. And you're going to be pretty busy, but at the same time, the Queen kind of says that, yes, you're going to be busy. Yes, you're going to have a lot of work to do, but you're going to put in a lot of action towards something. But also, it's more of a softer energy. This is something that you want to be doing. You want to be putting this work in because it's bringing you closer to something that you want. So I do feel as though December is going to be a positive month where you get things done, you get things accomplished, you get closer to your goals, and you do it with a smile on your face, basically, because these are things that you have wanted or currently want, and they're bringing you closer to that, the things that you do. So December is going to be another positive month. It looks like you're ending the year off with a bang. So now that we've seen the whole year, we can look at it in the context of what's going on here. January, happy. Maybe that's the leftover good vibes from the holiday season, right? Infecting your January in a positive way. So that's pretty good. You're going to get closer to people. But then I see in this area here in February and March, maybe a kind of departure from that energy and focusing on lack and trying to hoard your money. Maybe you see some bills coming in the future and you want to just save or something, or something along those lines. With it bringing a decision in March that you're not really 100% sure how to make, remember to follow your heart, and that'll help you make that decision in March. But you will make a decision by April, and that decision is going to open new doors. It's going to bring new energy, and I think this is going to be very optimistic for you. But it will bring also with it some questions that you need to ask yourself. And I do feel as though the questions are going to be coming in June of the self and things that you have to ask yourself. But you're going to hit the ground running, and the summer, at least the start of the summer, is going to be very productive. You're going to get a lot done. Your relationships are going to improve. You're going to have fun and celebrate and make big strides towards what you're trying to accomplish. And then, of course, the ego mind rears its ugly head in August, and it's like, I'm really good at what I'm doing. You're not as good as me. Let's have a fight. You know what I mean? That's that sort of thing. It's not a good example, but you know what I'm trying to say. The ego mind says, I'm better than she is. I'm going to make sure she knows it. That sort of thing. Oh, it's ugly. It's not good. But you're going to quickly get past that as you bring in more loving energy, as you remember your emotions and remember, what it feels like to feel good. And you're going to realize that, I didn't feel that good in August. Okay, so September is going to be a better month for you, where you're like, okay, I'm going to return to having love for everybody, to appreciating everyone's point of view and not trying to fight with everyone. Then some news is going to come that's going to just change things a bit. I get the feeling it's going to bring in some new energy and some new potentials for new growth, especially in the financial realm. So I do see November as a time of money coming in for a lot of you. And if it's not money, it doesn't have to be money. It can be anything really that you can touch. Maybe new, like I said, new cars, new house, new job, new something that you can physically touch. So November is going to be a great year, and that's going to propel you through December, where you're focused and you're getting things done, because now you're feeling reinvigorated because you got this positive change here that's going to affect your life in a positive way. So that is 2018, Virgo friends. It's going to be a year of getting in touch with yourself, and I do see large strides in a positive direction, a few hiccups along the way, but these are very momentary hiccups. Now, there's a hiccup here, there's a hiccup here, but maybe even a hiccup here, but they're really not major challenges. They're going to be small speed bumps that take you off course a little bit for maybe a month at a time at the most. But I do see you guys getting right back on track. So if you are feeling like you're off track or something in the year 2018, Virgo friends, realize that it is temporary, and you're going to get right back to where you need to be in a few weeks. So very good, Virgo friends, a year of advancement. So let's ask the Keepers of the Light Oracle, what spiritual theme that you can expect in the year 2018? And we got Kuthumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. And I think that's something that's very that makes sense, because it seems like here that this energy is not good for you, and you quickly come out of it. Here it seems like this energy is not good for you, but you quickly come out of it. And I think, Virgo friends, that's something to remember, is that the path your soul wants to be on. Even if it's only subconscious, what path that you need to be on. And we all get off track sometimes. or a lot of the time. We all get off track. But I do feel as though that you can, even if it's instinctual, but you know when you're off track and you know how to get back on track. And that's something to apply to everything. If you get off track spiritually, you deep down, you know where you're supposed to be going, and as a result, it seems to be easier for you to get back to where you need to be. So, and this applies to every part of your life. You know where you need to go. The wisdom is already inside you, and especially this month here in May, I do feel like this is a chance for you to get into contact with your subconscious, with your instincts, and really figure out what it is that they're trying to tell you. And you'll find that you already know everything that they're trying to tell you. It's just maybe you didn't want to admit it to yourself, right? Or you kind of had some blockages to that you picked up along the way through society's teaching. So definitely, deep down, you already know everything that you need to know. It's just a matter of trusting yourself. Just trust yourself, and it'll get you to where you want to go. Very cool. That's a spiritual theme of the year. Now let's check in with the Nature's Whispers Oracle. We asked it what message it had for Virgo sun signs in 2018. And we've got be spontaneous. Yeah, a spontaneity seems to be lacking a little bit, especially here. Look, it took a while to make this decision, or it will take a while. I also want you to guys remember that these cards here are nothing more than a snapshot of the present, and you have all the power to change everything I just said. This is just what will happen if everything stays the same, or what will probably happen if everything stays the same. But if you inject some spontaneity into your life, who knows what could happen? Maybe, this decision here doesn't need to take a month to make. Maybe you just spontaneously decide to do something. I do see as though like you kind of like big change happens, but you kind of need outside forces to help you make change. That's definitely a feeling that I'm getting here, is that you need the universe to push you, to nudge you in order to make change. This card is saying that change can come at any moment. It's up to you to decide when and where and how change occurs, just by making a decision, but just by snapping the fingers, changing your intention. Well, that will bring change, and that's something that you could focus on this month. Is instead of waiting for things around you to change so that you can change, you change so the things around you can change. If you don't like the way things are going, you have the decision to stop it right then and there and choose a new path. And it takes intention. It takes being in touch with your higher self. You know everything you need to know to do it. It's just a matter of trust, and trusting yourself, trusting that the universe is going to have your back, which it will. And if you have that trust, you already have the knowledge, already have the wisdom, and the universe will fully support you if you want to, whichever direction you want to go in. So have some spontaneity this year. Just do things on a whim, just because it feels right, and things will work out for you because the universe will support you. All right, Virgo friends, that is the reading for 2018. Really appreciate you tuning in and all the support that you gave me this year. Remember, if you do want this reading for yourself, send me an email, link in the description box below. And if you send me that email, then we can do a video reading for you. So I'd appreciate if you contact me there. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Lets me know you enjoyed it and got something out of it, and it helps the video out. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want to say about this upcoming year, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And please consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date on all my videos. I got a bunch of videos planned for 2018 that you don't want to miss out on, so hit that subscribe button. All right, Virgo friends, it's a year of advancement, and it's a year of a few speed bumps, but you have the power to control the way things go. It's just a matter of trusting yourself and trusting the universe, and the knowledge is already there. You've already got it. So I wish you a positive, happy, successful 2018, Virgo friends. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.